The new channel. See the new. The new channel. See the new. The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the new channel, your daily source of live stream inspiration. My name is Lloyd Luna. This is The Big Picture. Good evening, Philippines. Good morning, Tennessee. Good morning, Texas. Gulat na gulat kung bakit may mga ganong states. Good evening, Ma'am Susan. Good evening, Ira. Watching from the Philippines for sure. Hey! How are things moving, everyone? It's gonna be a very, very intimate night for us. And as you can see and observe, I am speaking in English. So later on, you're going to realize why is he speaking in not his native tongue. Hello, Sile. Ay, Sally. Sally na pati. But welcome po again sa The Big Picture. Dito lamang po sa the new channel. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? How have you been? June 17, Wednesday. To those who are watching our live stream, please do drop your comments, questions, suggestions sa aming pong comment stream dyan po sa baba ng inyong screen or sa right side ng inyong screen. To all those who are celebrating their birthdays today, happy, happy, happy birthday. Ang edad po ay numero lamang. Age is just a number. Kaya yun po ay masasabi mo naman kapag ayaw mo nang magbilang ng birthday. Of course, it's a number. I had a great day today because right after taking my wife to work, as you see, I am also working as a part-time driver to my wife. I went to a Power Mac Center dito po sa Glorieta 5. To have my machine repaired. And voila! Kailangan ko pang ibalik bukas. I tried to do a backup do sa aking Mac. And nangyari po is medyo matagal pala yung pagba-backup ng Mac, no? Kanina nakalagay 19 hours before the backup is completed. How are you, Miss Cho? Anne-Marie Camille Abarquez, how are you? Good evening daw, Mr. Lloyd Luna. Uy, happy birthday daw, Mayor Vico Soto ng Pasig City, sabi ni Ma'am Susan. Happy birthday po, Mayor. Anyway, balik tayo dun sa kwento. Yun nga, so I was waiting for too long. I said, maybe I can just go back. If I can just go somewhere to have lunch, and then that would be great. So I went down one floor, and then voila! Went to a ramen bar. Ayun, hindi ko lang makapakita yung picture, pero baka mamaya may pakita ko yung picture. You're going to see the social distancing. Talagang, you cannot enjoy your date. Because kapag ka mag-date kayo, one seat apart. And mamaya sana kung makita ninyo, talaga naka-face mask ako and then naka-face shield. Which prompted my followers to ask, how do you really eat with face mask and face shield on? Oh, well, mamaya makita ninyo kapag nakita ko yung picture. Pag nai-up ko dito sa machine. But nonetheless, tonight will be a great night for us, everyone. We have a very interesting discussion tonight. And this is also a special night because something is gonna happen next week. And I brought with me two friends from the United States. So, ano pang hinihintay nyo? Sir Kel, din po ng Trinity University of Asia, pakishare po ang ating live stream ngayon, and also if you can organize your watch parties, please do so. Nagpapagreet lang sa papa niya. Happy birthday daw, Mr. Elisito Abarquez. Tagasan kayo, Ann? Hello, Dean Kel. Oh, can you imagine? Mike Chua is watching. But again, mamaya po ipapasok ko na yung ating guest. But in the meantime, syempre, kailangan mo natin magsimula sa pagbabasa ng headlines mula sa The Manila Times. Cebu City, new COVID hotspot. Metro Manila remains coronavirus epicenter. Obesity, heart disease, high COVID risk. Duterte inclined to sign anti-terror bill. ECQ prevented 80,000 cases according to University of the Philippines experts. SET junks co-warrant to petitions versus Pimentel. SSS offers COVID loan assistance. Headlines presented to you by The Manila Times. For more news and information, go to manilatimes.net or download their application at digitaledition.manilatimes.net. Ayun, Anne-Marie is taga Biasong, Puerto Bello, Merida, Leyte. Wow, Leyte. Kumusta kayo dyan sa Leyte? Anong meron dyan sa Leyte? Okay naman kayo dyan? Good evening, Geraldine. Thank you so much for coming over to the show. Okay, good. Again, tonight is a unique night for us because we are bringing in two wonderful souls from the US. And to make sense of what really I'm saying and trying to say to you, ay daw muna kay Flores Orozco Benji. Lahat yun first name. My mom is watching from Australia. Hello, Mom. Okay, to make sense of what I'm trying to say to you, kung bakit special yung gabi natin ngayon and why we brought two wonderful people from the US to be here in our show tonight, please roll the tape. Woohoo!
All right.
Is streaming live from Tennessee, and his partner, Bert De Vera, PT, is live streaming from Texas. Gentlemen,
Good morning.
Good morning.
the host
Good
of
morning.
Our Business, good morning to you. Good evening to us.
Or good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening,
Mga kabayan, kumusta mga kabayan ko, Pilipino?
Kumusta po kayo? Magandang umaga ho, magandang gabi ho sa inyo.
Thank you so much for joining because you don't have so much choice anyway. But thank you so much for being here on the big picture. We're going to launch your show here. We're going to talk about the show in a little while. But first things first, how are you doing?
I'll
Mike,
let
you wanna start?
Bert go ahead.
Oh, you want me to start?
Yeah, ladies first.
Bato.
I'm doing great. Thanks, Lloyd, for having us here. I appreciate it. I always say this, any day above ground is a good day. Every day is a gift. So thank you for asking. I'm doing great. Family is great. So everything is great. Thank you.
Okay. Not really that I expect from a host such a short answer, but maybe you're reserving your answers for our 1 hour interview. What about you, Dr. Mike? How are you?
Of
The
course,
most
like what Bert said, I'm
entertaining-
doing great. It's 6 o'clock here, 6:13 in the morning. Woke up around 5:30. Brewed my coffee, courtesy of the hospital. But everything's good. Just preparing for this awesome lecture or webinar or whatever you want to talk about. But we are ready, very ready to launch our what you call iBusiness, wherein we help people how to improve their influence, their impact in their industry. So watch out for that new show coming out. So, but thank you again, Lloyd, for hosting, for having us today. We appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Did we miss hearing that you already took a bath?
Actually, last night.
Of course,
naliligo ng umaga dito sa Amerika.
We don't
Nagtutbrush
know.
naman ako.
we don't know. We don't know what's your practice there, but Filipinos
Bagay,
really.
no? In the Philippines, we took a bath in the morning and in the evening, right? Kasi mainit sa gabi, ano? Oo nga, tama. Yeah. You're right. But here, madalang maligo ang tao sa umaga. Dati nung pagdating ko dito, naliligo ko ng umaga eh. Sabi ko, ba't ganun? Malamig.
So reason for not doing that. So umaga sa gabi. Malamig?
Siyempre malamig. Alam mo yun. Tapos nagmamadali mga tao. We're always in a rush hour. I don't know with Bert. He's in Texas. It's pretty hot there. I mean, here in Tennessee, malamig eh.
Okay, so you have an excuse. We take that. Let's go to Bert.
Well, it's a habit. So alam mo naman tayo sa Pinas, di ba? So sanay tayo maligo bago matulog, then maligo pag gising. So it's been a habit for me. I can't go to bed at night na hindi na nag-shower, hindi rin ako maka-function sa morning unless I took a shower. Kasi, it's what wakes you up. So, with that said, yeah, kaliligo ko lang. Kaya walang problema.
Kaya pala,
Alright.
bagong may safeguard ka pala, sir.
Pambihira ka naman, wag naman safeguard. Gawin mo namang Dove o kaya Ivory Coast or something.
Gano'n.
Diba?
Ano bang sikat na sabon natin ngayon dyan, Lloyd?
I'm using Old Spice. I'm sorry.
Old
Old
Spice?
Spice.
Oh gosh, siya.
Pang matanda yun, Lloyd. Pang matanda yung Old Spice. Kaya nga old di ba?
I don't know. It was just given to me, and what do I do? Use it for God's sake.
You know what? I think we should just change the show to I Shower, something like that. Get
Wala kami
sponsors for those soaps and shampoo, right?
Dr. Mike, wala kaming problema doon. Actually, mas may problema ka doon if you are to change the title to that I Shower kasi kami wala kaming problema.
Akala ko wala kang problema sa pag-shower.
Okay, let's talk about your going there. Why did you go there in the first place? I met Dr. Mike many years ago when you were still working here. Was it with Unilab you were working with when we met?
Yeah. Well, special shout out to the people from United Laboratories. I really had a good time with them sa Unilab. But like what we always say, we're always looking how to improve your influence and impact in your industry or in your life. And that's how I met Lloyd. I met Lloyd, him being a speaker in the Philippines. And then when I was working as a pharmaceutical rep, yung medical representative, if you are a medical representative right now, watching, go ahead and share this show, share it to some of our groups. But, I know deep inside your heart, kung ikaw, you're watching right now, deep inside, you're watching TNC, the new channel. I know deep inside your heart, you want to improve yourself. And that's what I did. I wanted to improve myself. So after being a medical representative, I went out, started my own business, went here in the States, worked and started my own business too. And that's the only way for you to level up. In life, kailangan mo mag-push through sa buhay, just like with our situation right now. You need to push through. You need to get out. You need to get out of your comfort zone. I don't know if you know the story of that person in the Bible. Nandun siya sa boat niya, di ba? Nasa bangka niya siya. And then when nung lumabas siya doon sa boat niya, di ba? Slowly but surely, he went out of that boat and he went out of his comfort zone. And the only time he was able to walk doon sa water, the only time he was able to walk in the water is when he went out of his comfort zone. And that's our goal for this show, is to actually push you in you getting out of that comfort zone, because that is the growth zone, GROWTH. Well, anyway, that's my story, Lloyd.
Okay, that's the story plus the lecture. Story plus lecture.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you love your company so much that you left for the US, right?
You know what? That's true. You know what? It's true. You love the company so much that when you leave that company, you still have good relationship with them. Yeah. You never burn your bridges. Never burn your bridges.
Yeah. And then I did not get to have the opportunity to meet Bert in person. So maybe this is the best time for you, Bert, to introduce yourself.
Sure.
I know you are a coach to Mike, and when he told me that Bert should be in the show because it's Mike's coach, sabi ko, oh my God, mali pala yung una naming kausap.
Dapat pala si Bert, ano?
When did you get there? And when did you get there? How did you get there? And why did you get there?
Thanks, Lloyd. Those are great questions. So I've been here since fourth quarter of 97. So back in 97, August 31st, I got married there sa Philippines. Diyan kami kinasal ni Mrs. 3 weeks after our wedding, I have to go. So yung visa ko, kailangan ko mag-comply. So I had to leave. So that was the toughest part of my life, leaving my other half 3 weeks after our wedding. So, nasa honeymoon stage pa kami, pero I had to go kasi meron akong kontrata. So, make the story short, before I even decided to come to the US, originally wala akong plano. I was going for med school. I got accepted sa UP for BS Bio, sa pre-med, pero I didn't take it kasi na-realize ko, you know what? Eventually, if I decide to go to the US, kailangan ko ng weapon, kailangan ko ng degree na para makaalis sa Pilipinas. So I'm sure a lot of Filipinos can relate. Marami tayong OFWs, marami tayong mga kababayan na gustong mangibang bayan kasi we want to improve our lives, right? And there's nothing wrong with that kasi yun ang usually goal ng kahit sino dyan sa, I mean, karamihan dyan sa Pilipinas. I'm not saying kahit sino kasi marami namang ayaw ding umalis, right? So I decided to go past the opportunity to go to UP na mag-aral ng BS Bio for pre-med. Ang ginawa ko, nag-nursing muna ako sa Baguio City, sa SLU. And then, inabutan ako rin ng lindol, the big earthquake. That was way back, I think, 1991. And then from there, I shifted to physical therapy. Kasi inisip ko, you know what? I can take PT as my pre-med, and then if I decide, or should I decide to leave Philippines and go back, to go to States, I can use my degree as a PT. Make the story short, I came here since September of 1997. So it's been, more than 22 years now. I've been at PT here since fourth quarter of 97, three months before hitting 98. Puro preparation yun, review, getting acquainted sa life sa US and all that. So I got my license in 98. Tapos ever since, first 6 years of my career, from 98 to 2003, I was an employee. Of course, working for a company where I have a contract. And then, noong 2003, I realized, you know what? Gusto ko magkaroon ng business. Gusto ko magkaroon ng sarili kong negosyo kasi if I continue to rely on a boss, a corporate, ganito na lang hanggang sa mag-retire ako. That's not my nature. I always loved business. Kasi dyan sa Pilipinas, I grew up around business. Ako yung, meron kaming Tocino Longganisa. I'm originally from Tarlac. So meron kaming Tocino Longganisa business. My mom is a teacher. My dad works for Social Security Office. So, on the side, yung Tocino Longganisa, yun ang nagturo sa akin ng business. I was the driver, I was the packer, I was the invoice person. So, kapag oras na para mag-deliver sa mga groceries, we do wholesale. Doon ako natuto ng business. And then fast forward, nung nag-decide akong magnegosyo ng 2003, natutunan ko yung mga iba't ibang models ng business ng physical therapy. And then I chose a specific model na tinuro ko kay Mike. Minentor ko si Mike, and that's how we got to know each other. Actually, Mike reached out to me. Yung tinawagan niya ako, ask about my business. And then from there, I mentored him, and then we've been friends ever since. Ilang years na, Mike? So, friendship natin.
You know what? I can't remember. I feel like it's been forever.
I know. And come to find... Go ahead, Lloyd.
Pero nag-meet na kayo in person?
Yes, we finally met sa Florida in a conference. I met him and his family, I think 2 years ago. Right, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, last year, did we not see each other in conference?
Oh gosh, you have to keep your story straight, guys.
I know, right? We met, and that's it.
We are not putting some credibility to the show that you're laughing.
You know what? That's true, Lloyd. Speaking of that, my specialty is dementia, so I think I've been infected by it.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. For the story, Bert. Kaya naman pala maikli lang yung sagot mo kanina, kasi dito mo hinabaan. sa tansya ko kasi times 4 nung haba ng kwento nila.
Nagtanong kayo, sinagot kita, di ba?
Kaya kanina, parang anong tawag dito? Yung patagal mag-start, nagpapainit pa. Pag mainit na. Well, okay, good. Doc Mike, did it ever occur to you na baka hindi ka mag-succeed dyan or mahirapan ka and then baka mapahiya ka lang kung malaman ng tao na hindi ka naging okay dyan and then babalik ka sa Pilipinas? Was there ever a point na naramdaman
That
mo?
is such a great question. That is such a great question. But I just would like to give a shout out for those people who are watching in Facebook. Say hello for all those people who are watching. Well, anyway, going back to your question, you mentioned about baka matakot ka, mag-fail and everything. Well, guess what? Failure is just part of it. Failure is just part of it. It doesn't matter how many times you've failed or fallen or got sick. What matters is how many times you get up and do it all over again. And failure is inevitable. It's just part of life. And minsan nga, just like what you mentioned, na nasa isip ko din, uwi na lang ako ng Pilipinas. I got denied. Just to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, I got denied a visa several times. Madaming beses. Diyan sa Pilipinas, denied. Apply ako, denied. Apply ako, denied. Guess what? Did that stop me from pushing forward? No. I just kept applying. When I came here the very first time, when I took the board exam for the therapy board exam, guess what? What do you expect? I failed because English is not my first language. I had to learn everything again. Bumagsak ako. And did that stop me? No. You have to keep on pushing. You have to keep on pushing. Same thing here. When you're buying a house, when you're trying to get a loan for a car, banks will deny you. Banks will reject you. Even when applying for a job. Mag-apply ka ng trabaho, yung una mong in-applyan, guess what? They're gonna reject you. You're not perfect. You're overqualified. You're underqualified. But the key here is you don't give up. You just keep pushing forward. And one step backward, two steps forward. And that's my special recommendation and encouragement for you today. Everyone, lahat ng mga nanonood, if you fail today, just keep pushing forward.
Mm-hmm. Good. What about you, Bert? Was there ever that point? Kasi 3 weeks, di ba? Supposed to be enjoy muna yung marriage ninyo, and then all of a sudden, because of a contract, you went there. And then what were you expecting?
Thank you, Lloyd, for the question. So I wasn't expecting to experience different challenges here sa US, kasi I'll be honest, I came here with this prideful feeling na kaya ko to. Dali lang yan. Kasi dyan sa Pilipinas, I've always been an achiever. Ang mahirap sa achiever, kapag lagi kang nasa top, and then all of a sudden, na-experience mo yung failure. Ang hirap, right? So that was me, okay? I'm always on the top 5, top 10 of the class, president of the class, and all that. And then katulad ni Doc Mike, guess what? I experienced for the first time, nag-fail din ako. Hindi rin ako pumasa kaagad. And katulad din ni Doc Mike, at one point, gusto ko na rin umuwi, right? Kasi, I'm glad you asked this question. Kasi, I want all the listeners and whoever is watching tonight to learn from this experience and to somehow change this mindset, Diyan kasi sa Philippines, sa atin, pag nag-fail ka, parang, hindi ka matalino, nag-fail ka, wala ka, boljak ka, right? Parang we relate failure dun sa tao. Kasi ganun tayong pinalaki. Para bang, kung di ka mag-aral, nag-fail ka, nakakahiya ka, right? Gusto kong baguhin natin yon as Filipinos. And katulad ni Doc Mike, gaya ng sabi niya, failure is just something that happened to you. So in other words, failure is never a person. It is just an event. Okay? If you're listening to this, you are not failure. Whatever failure you experienced, it was just an event. Okay? So kung nanonood ka ngayon at nagkaroon ka ng failure sa life mo at hanggang ngayon depressed ka pa rin, I want you to get out of that. That was just an event. Ibig sabihin, katulad namin ni Doc Mike, nung bumagsak man kami pareho, hindi ibig sabihin na failure kami sa tao. Ibig sabihin, kulang lang yung pinag-aralan namin. Does that identify us as failure? No, it shouldn't. Right? So katulad ni Doc Mike, I had the same motivation. Anong kasabihan natin dyan sa Pilipinas? Kahit 10 beses, itutumba ko yan. Right? Kahit 10 beses, itutumba ko yan. So that was my attitude. I know, right? Pero, nung nag-fail ako, parang doon ko na-realize, totoo nga ba na tutumba mo yan kahit pa nag-fail ka? Right? So, I can have all the excuses. Okay? Tayo mga Pilipino, hindi naman sa lahat, pero karamihan, we're as good with coming up with excuses, right? Ako, I had all the excuses. Kakakasal ko lang, 3 weeks, honeymoon, namimiss kong family ko and all that, you know? And can you imagine na nandito ka sa States, tapos dahil hindi ka nakapasa, tapos wala kang kita, imbis na ikaw nagpapadala sa Amerika, sa Pilipinas ng pera, parents ko nagpapadala sa akin ng pera from peso to US para lang suportahan ako to keep going.
Padala mo nga din ako, Bert.
How embarrassing is that, right? Parang you feel like that imbis na ikaw yung magpapadala. Pero you know what? That's one thing I like about our culture. We always support our own. We always support our family. And I'm so thankful for my parents. Shout out to my mom and dad for supporting me, for telling me not to give up, anak. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And then boom, eto na. And it's a story na hindi ko malilimutan, and I always share to my kids. We have 2 kids, my wife and I. And then I tell my kids, guys, do not be afraid to fail. If you fail at something, bounce back, and I tell them my story. I'm not ashamed of my story na their dad failed, and then their dad rose up again. And as a matter of fact, I tell them, what have you failed on lately, and what have you learned?
Mm-hmm. Okay, now for the 2 of you, my question before we pause for a very short commercial is that what was the first break, and who was there when you got it? So the big picture will be right back. Please stay tuned.
Beauty every day. We need power every day. Are you ready?
Ready? Ready.
Beauty is power.
Welcome back. You're still watching The Big Picture on the new channel. Today is the launch of the world premiere of iBusiness with Dr. Mike and Bert, live from Texas and Tennessee. But before I bring you back the guys, na sobrang VIP natin for tonight, batiin ko lang yung mga nasa comment stream natin. Wow, medyo na-slong. Medyo bigla ako na-slong. Ano ba yun? Nasa stream pa din natin, Geraldine Igot, good evening. Flores, good evening. Anne-Marie John is watching along with Eileen Domingo. Both are in the travel business, by the way. Pocholo Gonzalez says, great, good evening guys. Baka naman pwedeng ipakita ko sa inyo to, no? Baka naman sabihin nyo kasi hinuhulaan ko yung defensive. Baka sabihin nyo hinuhulaan ko yung mga sinasabi ko eh. So John says, Coach Lloyd, I hope they can feature PH tourism in the States when we are ready for tourists. Sige, pakitake note natin yan, Bert And Micah, tingnan natin kung paano natin gagawin yan. Watching from Taguig is Hershey. Thank you so much. Mitch Kitong said, good evening, Lloyd and TNC. Another inspiring story na naman. So yeah, totoo naman. Gabi-gabi tayo. Inspiring lang yung mga ginagawa nating show dito. And Miss Cho is watching from Tarlac. Jen is also watching. Magandang gabi din sa inyo. Pab says, yes, when you fail, rise from your fallen ground and carry on the fight again until you succeed. Okay, and Danny Serrano is saying congratulations. This going international, he says, big congratulations. 1 Corinthians 15:58, your labor will not be in vain. Will not be in vain. Grammatical lang. Ayun, so maraming salamat ulit sa pagtutok. You can still share our live stream sa inyo pong mga timelines saka mga walls, and you can also organize or watch parties para mapanood din ng iba. Magandang story natin because ito yung dalawang Pilipino na pumunta sa US and now they are successful in their own rights. They are trying to give back to the world by having this show on the new channel. Dr. Mike Chua is streaming live from Tennessee, and PT Bert De Vera is streaming from Texas. All right, gentlemen, what was the first break? Who was there with you when you got it? Maybe Mike can start first.
You know what was the first break? First break is actually, you know what the meaning of break is very important. Ano ba yung break? Ano ba yung bali? Ano ba yung break or fracture or whatever you call that? When you have a break, it doesn't mean you got succeeded. Break means failure. Pag may nabali kang buto, may na-fracture kang buto, guess what? It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. And masakit talaga both psychologically, emotionally, and physically. And the only person that you can have with you, aside obviously from my wife, is obviously God himself. You know, you need to have a good faith. You need to have somebody that you really believe in it. And that's what I like about being a Filipino. We are very religious. At the same time, we have this personal relationship with Him. And you need, katulad na sinasabi natin lagi, di ba? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen. The evidence of things not yet seen. Yung hindi mo pa nakikita, pero naniniwala ka na you're gonna push through with whatever your plan in life is. So my biggest break is actually the failures I've gotten in life. Because the more failures, the more rejection, the more no's that you get, it's the closer you get to your yes, the closer you get to your successes. So yung pinaka-failure ko when I was there in the Philippines is when I got rejected the visa. Kung na-reject kayo ng visa dyan sa Pilipinas, type in visa on the chat box kasi that's not the end. That's not the end. Kasi look at me right now. I mean, I got rejected several times. And yun yung pinaka-break ko, yung breaking point na bumagsak ka, na-reject, and the only thing I had was my faith in God, and of course my family. But you know what I'm talking about. Faith, pushing through to that challenges that you have in life. Lloyd and Bert.
Okay, good. Yeah, good. Thank you for that answer, which does not seem to be an answer. But anyway, it's an answer. So, Bert, what about you? Real answer.
Well, the first break I had was when somebody gave me a job. Okay, so when I failed, I was, like I said earlier, I didn't have any money. I didn't have any source of income. So I was attending church. I was living with my relatives in Florida. I was living with my aunt, my cousin, and my aunt took me to church, and we were attending church, and I was introduced to the pastor, and the pastor kind of chatted with me, and then for some reason our conversation went to a point where I asked him if he knows of any job I can do. Okay, so since at that time I am not licensed to work as a PT, I can only do odd jobs. The pastor spoke to the people in the church who had their businesses. Okay, and so my first break was when one of the worship leaders gave me a job. Nagkarpintero po ako. Okay, I was a PT, and then nagtrabaho po ako as karpintero, and guess what?
Sorry, Bert.
Yeah.
Tama lang. That's a one way of preparing yourself sa PT. Carpintero. Carpintero.
I know, right?
Right. Pasok naman.
Yung likod niya, ginawa niya yan eh.
Pero I wanted to point out something on that story kasi ang una pong nagbigay sa akin ng trabaho, ang una kong mga naging kaibigan, mga African Americans. Okay? So, minsan, aminin naman natin sa hindi, may mga Pilipino na parang aloof, sa mga friends natin na black, lalo pa nga sa nangyayari ngayon na case dito sa States, yung mga protest na nangyayari, So, I just want to point that out na hindi ho yung mga stereotypes sa mga black people hindi ho tama yon. Marami hong mga black people na mababait at maawain at they're giving, So, I am very grateful for that experience. Naging kaibigan ko ho sila and natuto ako sa kanila how to survive. They're very, very loving, lalo na yung mga Christians sa church. So I just want to point that out. So that was my first break, and I was making $6 an hour at that time. They were paying me to put up drywalls, if you know what's a drywall. And then with those $6 an hour earnings, I would buy a phone card. Phone card pa ho noon, back in the 90s, 98. Bibili po ako ng phone card worth $5 para ho makausap ko yung misis ko dyan sa Pilipinas. So yun ang break ko.
I have no idea what that was. I mean, what that was.
So yeah,
that kasi naabutan ni Lloyd eh. Lloyd, naabutan I'm sure you 3.25. Do you remember that?
No, not really.
No, come on. the payphones in the Philippines, right? We
yes, yeah.
3.25 cents.
1 peso o 5 peso yung lumang yung coin na 5 peso. Parang gano'n.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wala pang 5 piso na.
Wala pa ba? O piso-piso?
3.25 kaya nga may kanta si Ding Dong Dantes. Di ba Ding Dong Abansado na 3.25 eh.
Ano sinasabi ko, Ding Dong Avansado ka, Ding Dong Dantes yung time ko. So, ano kami, 5 pesos na kami.
Ay, nako. Lloyd,
Si Bert hindi nagsasalita. Mukhang ayaw niya sumali dun sa conversation.
Ako sa inyo, bahala kayo.
Ganun eh.
Yeah. Jen said most black people naman daw have a good and big heart. So tama si Bert doon. I think people just have the tendency sometimes to judge, di ba? Base sa nakikita nila. But again, iba yung puso dun sa physical appearance kung titingnan nila yun. Okay, good. So what were the challenges that you faced when you are there? Kasi halimbawa, you got the opportunity but hindi naman siya one-way straight na diretso na. If there's one particular situation where you felt it was the heaviest na challenge that you ever experienced, Mike, what was it?
Oh gosh, ako na naman. You know what? The biggest challenge I had here is actually trying to blend in with the culture. I'm here in Tennessee, and it's totally different when it comes to, for example, New York or Texas and California. And I had a hard time understanding their language, the idiosyncrasies, meron silang mga slang that I cannot really understand. So for example, kami ni Mrs. we're just walking and going to the gym, and there's this guy that will come in, hey man, that's a piece of cake. And yun yung mga challenges ko, mga English term nila, pakikipag-usap sa mga tao, halubilo and everything like that. Ngayon, yung challenges na yun, you always want to turn it to a good thing, a good thing. You have to learn from your challenges. And that's how you push forward. That's how you learn. The more challenges, the bigger the challenge, obviously, the bigger the victory. So, pagka naka-encounter ka ng challenge dyan sa atin sa Pilipinas o dito sa Amerika, you just have to keep pushing through. So, that's what I've learned. That's what I've encountered here. Mahirap makaintindi ng English.
Okay, good. So, siguro kung dumating ako dyan, baka parasan tayo ng feeling. But anyway, wala ako dyan.
Ay, sanay ka na, Bert. Ay, sanay ka na, Lloyd.
Okay. Bert. The
Sa akin
greatest
naman,
challenge.
yeah, great question, Lloyd. So, and this is the truth I'm gonna tell you, guys. Racism is real. It happens. Okay. So I've experienced racism here multiple times, but that should not stop you from moving forward, right? I would say out of 100% of my experience here in the US, I would say 10% at least is, has something to do with racism. Okay. So, like at one point, meron akong pasyente, I had a patient who told me, hey, you come here and you're stealing our jobs. Okay. So, what do you do? How do you react when someone tells you, you come here from your country and you're stealing our jobs? Okay. So, I kept my composure. Of course, she's the patient, I'm the therapist. And I just let her talk and talk and talk and vent. And then to me, in my mind, you know what? This is a good teaching moment. I can teach this patient what the real picture is, what the big picture is. Okay. So I told this patient, ma'am, with all due respect, I am not stealing jobs. The country, the US, will not allow therapists like me to come over here if you have enough therapists. I'm here to help you. I'm here to provide the services for you. And that's why I'm here. I'm not stealing jobs. And I'm a taxpayer. I am not relying on welfare. I'm an asset to this country. I'm contributing to this country. So if you had enough therapists, then they wouldn't need me. But because you don't, then here I am helping you. And with that, her eyes lit up and it was a teaching moment. And then she told me, you know what, Bert, I never looked at it that way. I'm glad you explained that to me. Thank you. So it was a very good conversation. Now, when it comes to getting affected by racism, people will be people, right? If that's their attitude growing up, there's nothing you can do about it. Okay. So I learned something in my life that I think everyone should consider. You will only be affected by anything to the extent you allow it. Okay. You will only be affected by anything to the extent you allow it. If you allow it to affect you, it gets in your system, that's on you. Does it hurt? Of course. I'm not denying it will hurt, right? But it's your decision whether you will allow it to hurt you or you internalize it or just let it go and move on. Okay? So that's my take on that.
Okay. Thank you so much, Bert. Yun, di ba? Yun yung mga sagot na pang Miss Universe.
Silver lining.
Yeah. Mike, you have to learn that. Yung mga sagot na pang Miss Universe.
Kaya nga sinama ko siya dito eh.
Good. Mike, let's talk about the business. Is it difficult to put up a business there in the US? And if it's difficult, how do you really overcome it?
Well, first of all, everything is difficult if you think it's difficult. But the key here is finding somebody that is actually doing it already. Okay? So maghanap ka ng tao, obviously tatagalogin ko lang, ng tao na ginagawa yung gusto mong gawin. So katulad ko, just like me, I wanted to do what Bert is doing. Guess what I did? I reached out to Bert. Hey, Bert, could you teach me how to do it? And he mentored me. That's the reason why we will call this course or this show iBusiness, wherein we mentor other people how to start their own business. And you have to find a person that is actually doing it. That way they can mentor you. So mentor, for finding that, meeting a need. You have to find a need. You need to find a mentor that will actually help you and push you to your next level. Kasi you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. So kung sino man yung pinagtatanungan mo, paano kung mali? Parang direction, di ba? Parang pag naliligaw ka dyan sa Pilipinas, magtatanong ka doon sa mama, oy mama, manong, paano po pamunta doon sa bayan na ganito? Pagka mali yung direction na sinabi sa'yo, kahit maayos yung intention niya, pag mali yung direction, maliligaw ka. You may be moving forward, nag-aandar yung kotse mo, you're moving forward, but guess what? Pagka mali yung direction mo, you're gonna get lost. Same thing with starting a business. You have to find somebody that will actually teach you the right way, yung tamang daan, yung tamang kalsada, yung tamang direksyon, in that way you could move on and start your own business, whether there in the Philippines o dito man sa Amerika.
Okay, good. And so,
Ano na ba
I'm
yun?
going,
Parang silver lining ni ano? Anong
yeah,
pangalan ng Miss Universe natin?
Catriona Gray.
Catriona Gray?
Catriona Gray? Oo. I think it
Ay,
was
Catriona
Catriona.
Gray.
The silver lining.
Yung isa,
Napakadami na.
anong pangalan?
I don't know. I'm not a fan really of Miss Universe and these beauty pageants, but yeah, I just read from the news. So hindi ko kilala talaga sila. Oo.
Bert, baka kilala mo yung sino? Catriona Gray at saka yung isa pa, di ba? Mayroon pang isa. Whatever, never mind.
Miss Universe natin ay sino? Sige,
Yeah, kung sino man yung...
May magko-coach. Si Pia.
Yun!
Oo.
Pia
Ayoko lang-
Guanyo.
Ay,
Pia
naku,
works
talaga.
back. Yeah, Pia works back. Yeah, Pia works back.
Yeah. Spell.
Yeah.
Guanyo na lang.
Okay. Let's go for Pia Guanya. Okay, guys, I'm going to pause for a very short commercial. And after the commercial break, please, sagutin natin yung tanong na what do we expect from the show iBusiness on TNC, which will stream starting next week. So the big picture on the new channel will be right back. Stay tuned.
You can start again. We know about your struggle. But you're not alone. We're live on your stream to help you start again. The new channel. See the new.
Welcome back. You're still watching The Big Picture on the new channel. Still with me are the hosts of the upcoming show on the new channel, iBusiness. Dr. Mike Chua will be streaming live from Tennessee, and Bert De Vera, PT, will be live streaming from Texas starting Tuesday next week. Gentlemen, iBusiness, what do we expect to watch and to listen to twice a week?
You want me to answer that, Mike?
Yeah, go ahead, Bert.
Okay, so iBusiness guys will be focusing on interviews from business leaders here in the US. So the goal is to share with you their stories to share with you how they started, what was their why, and would they recommend starting a business during these times where we have this COVID-19 crisis, and what advice can they give to our listeners. Basically, it's going into a deep dive on what made this person start this business. So our goal is to show you guys the real story behind every business. Because for every successful business you see, there was this story behind it. Someone made a decision to go for it. Someone decided to just push through no matter what. And sharing those stories is the best thing that we can do in the iBusiness show, because I'm pretty sure you guys are going to learn a lot from that. And I'm sure you have questions you want to ask, and that's an opportunity for you guys to ask any questions you have through the live comments. And hopefully through that, you yourself will be encouraged to move forward and start your own business. So that's the goal.
Okay, thank you so much, candidate number 4. We go to candidate number 5, Mike Chua.
Should I stand up and turn around and wave?
No need.
All right. Like what Bert said, our goal is to actually help you, fellow Filipinos, and also people here in the States, how to improve their influence and impact in their own specific industry. So in my case, it's more like the healthcare. So we're teaching other healthcare workers how to start their own clinic, how to start their own home health agencies, how to start their own small little practice by following the mentor method, the mentor, mentor. So we're basically going to teach you how to be a mentor, mentor. So letter M is basically meet a need. We're going to teach you how to find your niche, Niche. We're going to teach you how to find your niche, your specific passion. In that way, you can serve that need, you can serve that group, you can serve that audience. And the next letter is letter E, is basically educate. We're going to teach you how to start educating that niche and educating that group of people. Just like in my case, it's dementia. We started a small podcast and a YouTube channel and some courses that we teach. And that's the reason why we want you to be a mentor to other people. And then the next letter is letter N, learning how to network with other people. Letter T is finding a team of people that will actually push you to your next level. Imagine this what we're doing right now. It's actually a team. Lloyd's team. I teamed up with Bert. We have a team there in the Philippines who does everything for me. So you have to find a team of people that will push you to your next level. Next letter is letter O. Letter O. We're going to teach you how to provide one-on-one coaching to your clients. And last but not the least, letter R is repeat or recurring revenue. Just like any business, you need to find a repeat or recurring revenue in order for you to be able to sustain your lifestyle, to help your family, and to feed yourself and your family. So those are the letters that we're going to be following, mentor, the mentor method. So that's our goal, to teach you how to improve your influence and impact in your industry. And obviously, just to be a better person, a better community, to make your life better.
Okay, perfect. And we have a lot of lessons to learn every night that you're going to do the live stream. And these are real stories and real inspiration from real people. So maganda na mayroon tayong parang geographical show na naka-base dyan naman sa US. So again, this is the first time that TNC is going international. And speaking of international, let's bring in our international consultant. Apple Esplana Manansala is the executive producer and co-founder of TNC. Is there anything that you would like to wish these guys?
Well, hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening to everyone who's watching us. I'm sorry I was late for the show, but
No, we were actually early.
Yeah, I know, right? And I'm sorry. I know this is US time. So, anyway, you guys were looking for you were asking who was the Miss Universe earlier, right? So I'm ready for that. Why do you have to wait for someone?
Apple Esplana pala ang pangalan ng Miss Universe natin.
Come on.
How did you pull it off?
I'm sorry. What was that?
How did you pull it off?
I'm sorry. I'm always ready. Always ready. Just like my kabalen, Bert over there. Always ready.
That's
And
right.
if you're talking about like racism or something like that, I am here to represent gender
There you,
equality. You know,
there you
four
go.
men, three men in blue and gray, and you have one lady here, one woman here, whatever you want to call it, who acts like a man.
Guys,
I'm sure they'll
don't,
agree.
don't
But this is
guys,
about gender equality also.
guys,
So
don't make a mistake by reacting. There's no
I'm gonna
reason to
have to
react.
like pass on the throne to someone else. So I'm waiting for someone else. But in the meantime, you made me prepare for this because you were talking about Miss Universe, and the women in the Philippines is not about just beauty. You know, it's about personality more than anything else. So thank you. I'm just here to just tell everybody that this is going to be an exciting show. This is a dream come true for Lloyd and myself. So on behalf of Lloyd, I am thanking Dr. Mike and Sir Bert for signing up with TNC and supporting us and bringing the best of Filipino culture wherever they are in the wherever they are in the world. I'm so glad to be part of this team. You won't be seeing me a lot on screen, just like how you're seeing me now, but for sure I will be behind the scene. I will be behind these guys all the way, supporting them, making sure that they produce quality shows for you, global content for you that will be helping push Filipinos here and abroad. Anywhere you are, you're in Texas, you're in the US, you're in California, anywhere or anywhere in the world, you will be there. So please do watch. Ako na nag-promote. So at the same time, you can watch them and learn from them if you are in the Philippines. So ako na ba? I will be the one to promote that, or kayo na? So I'm just a muse here. So
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Ito na eh, basahin mo na.
Okay, so everybody, on behalf of the three wonderful gentlemen of the show, of the network, or of the Stream Live channel that we have, the new channel, I'm inviting everybody for this dream come true platform, dream come true program that Lloyd, Doc Mike, Bert, and myself have been working hard for the last couple of weeks during this quarantine. You won't believe it. This all happened during this pandemic. It's gonna be premiering on June 23rd, 8:30 Central US time and Eastern time, 9:30 in the evening. And in the Philippines, it's also available you can also watch it on June 24, 9:30 in the morning. So you can end your day, right, correctly, and then you can also start your day if you are in the Philippines. So thank you very much, gentlemen, for allowing me to be part of this world premiere. I think we're trying to start something new as a segment in your show. That's why I came in as supposedly as a surprise, but the director said otherwise. So I was supposed to come in as a surprise. That's why you didn't see me backstage earlier. So anyway, thank you guys for trusting Lloyd and I. It's really going to be nothing but amazing. I'm pretty sure of that. And this is really gonna go global. This is what we have been talking about, Lloyd, and it's so nice to be sharing the same platform with all of you and with everyone, especially who's watching. So thank you very much also for allowing me to be part of it. It's such a great honor.
Okay. Thank you so
And
much.
I.
Okay.
Thank you.
Listen, ano ka ba? Meron kang patos? Meron ka ba patos?
Oh, ano gusto nyo? Yung tunay o yung lagi nating ginagamit? Yung
Anything.
I just want to say something, Apple. I just want to say something.
Go,
Can
Kabalen.
you still hear me?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so there's no such thing as gender equality.
Wow.
Okay?
I love
Kasi we work for our wives. You're above here, andito kami. So walang equality. It never happens. Right,
Oh,
Lloyd?
yeah. I do.
You know what? I'm going to say something about
In
that
as,
too.
in as much as I would like, in as much as I would like to agree, guys, out talaga ako sa discussion na yan.
So
Playing
everybody,
safe.
so everybody watching out in the world, you know now who is the boss here.
Of course, kaya nga sabi ko walang equality, di ba? So we know the boss. We know who's the boss, di ba? Yun lang naman yun eh. So,
no, there's no boss here, Sir Bert.
and then lagi ko sinasabi to the moms in the world, to the wives in the world, we can never pay you enough. You do something that's
Shout out to our moms.
unbelievable. So dapat sabi ko nga, every day is a Mother's Day. Hats off to you guys.
Yeah, I
thank
can't do
you.
what my
So
wife
I'm gonna be
do,
another. I'm gonna be a mom again here, Lloyd. I thought I'm gonna be.
No, but that's interesting because in the Philippines we have what we call the Women's Month, and yet
it's celebrated a whole-
80 to 90% of our congressmen are men.
That's fine, because Sir Bert said, they have.
That's exactly the explanation. That's the explanation for my claim that we are here and women are here.
So to every man's success is behind. No, behind a man's success is a woman. Is that true? Or
Yeah,
false?
also a failure.
You know what? That's actually true. Behind a man's success is a woman. So
It's a woman.
so true.
It goes the same. Behind every woman's success is also the strength that comes from the support of your husband, which I always have. I mean, imagine if I don't have a husband who would allow me to be doing all these things that we're doing, late nights, early mornings.
How on earth can he not allow you? I mean, is he out of his mind? I mean, tell me exactly.
He can
How is
always.
it possible?
No. Only, if he knows that I'm happy, then he would not have. He couldn't say no.
Well, he
There you
probably
go.
follows the golden rule, Apple.
Yes.
You know the golden rule? First
No,
rule
what?
is the wife is always right. Second rule, if the wife is wrong, go back to rule
Refer
number
to
one.
number one.
He's watching it, Doc Mike. He's watching. He's watching.
There you
this.
go.
May kasabihan nga, di ba? Happy wife, happy life. Pero sabi ng misis ko, bago na, hindi na happy wife, happy life.
What?
Happy wife, longer life. Yeah.
Wow, that's perfect. I like that. Yeah.
Kasi papatayin ka pag di mo
Exactly.
Grabe kayo. Kala ko talking about gender equality here. Ako talaga yung
Kasi
mababash
pwedeng
dito
maging
kasi.
equal.
So, ako
Hindi
talaga
kasi
yung mababash dito kasi
Hindi
nag-iisa.
pwedeng maging equal yung hindi pwedeng maging equal.
Alam ko na yung sasabihin mo. Tungkol sa
Ilalagay
tanda.
namin. Yeah, kasi hindi ko maintindihan yan Mike, maybe you have an explanation. Pero women came from our tadyang, di ba? Sa tadyang lang nang galing, tapos, di ba?
Tadyak, gusto mo?
Nila. Yun exactly yung sinabi ng wife ko, tadyakan kaya kita dyan.
Tadyak, baka gusto mo. I have an extra here.
Kaya biglang sabi ko, joke lang. Joke lang.
Maraming salamat. Ako ba magtatanong? So, what do you think is, so despite everything that's happening in this world, what do you see? So, Lloyd, we have a question for you. I have a question for you. Despite all these things that is happening in the world, despite everything that has happened to your life over the past 3 months that we are in quarantine, and we have here tonight live streaming, the whole world can be watching this. You know that I'm not a person who would always impromptu ask you questions, but you always throw this question to everyone, and later on, I'm sure you're gonna give Doc Mike and Sir Bert the chance also to talk to give their 2 cents worth about this question that you are that this interesting question that you always ask everybody.
Pull the trigger, Apple. Pull the trigger. Come on.
So, Lloyd, despite everything that has been happening in the world, despite the fact that we're already here, we're already launching the world premiere of iBusiness, what do you think, or what do you still think is the big picture for TNC that others should still, that others may not be thinking of yet? Is that correct?
No, it's actually wrong.
So Lloyd, what do you think? What is the
I cannot.
thing that's happening? See, I told you I cannot not be a host.
I
So
cannot.
Let me rephrase that. What is the
Wait.
big picture for the big picture? I guess ganun yun.
yeah, so
Parang ganun
Lloyd,
yun.
so Lloyd.
Gusto ko lang sabihin that I cannot possibly answer a wrong question. So next question.
So Lloyd, despite everything that's happening, the good and the bad, and all these accomplishments that you're seeing right now, that you have just started seeing since May, seriously, what do you think is the big picture, especially on TNC, that others
Well,
are not seeing it?
life moves on. Thank you.
Ano ba yan? Isuot ko nga ulit. Nakakainis. Ba't ganun ang sagot? Okay.
Yun lang talaga yun. I think ang nakikita ko dito is we continue to move on and to move forward regardless of what's happening because we have two choices. Can we can be on standby, we can pause, we can stop, we can blame the world for whatever negativity that happens to us, whatever it is that we have right now, we are experiencing right now. We can actually say we are angry at the world, we are mad, and we don't want to move an inch. We just want to blame anyone and everything for what's happening. But then again, whether we do it or not, life moves on. And so what we are trying to do here in TNC and in every other show that we're going to produce is about moving on, about finding new inspiration through real stories by real people wherever they are in the world. So basically, it's about moving forward. It's about moving on. And so iBusiness is also about that, about entrepreneurs who had the greatest challenges that they were able to overcome and how they came back and how that can be an inspiration to others. So
Wow,
yeah,
that's an interesting answer, Lloyd. I was so overwhelmed by your answer. I didn't
Very
expect
powerful.
it to be that
Totally agree. Life moves
Yeah.
on. It's a good answer. Yeah.
yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So you wanna
Okay. So thank you, Apple.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you backstage. Thank you so much for coming in.
cheers everybody.
Really appreciate
Cheers
it.
everybody.
And
This is the first global
Cheers.
show in the Philippines, and thank you very much, guys. Good luck.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye. See ya.
Okay, Apple Manansala is co-founder of TNC. Tumatayo din po executive producer or co-executive producer ng mga shows dito sa TNC. All right. Dr. Mike, Bert, final question. What's the big picture?
You want me to answer that? Okay. You know what? I really like the show. When Lloyd's talked about the big picture, you know what? Sometimes you cannot see yourself if you're inside the frame. You know, you cannot see yourself when you're inside the picture frame. You see that picture frame here, over there? It's a picture of me and my family. If you're inside that picture, you cannot see the picture frame. So sometimes you have to move back. You need to step back a little bit in order for you to see the actual situation, the actual whatever's happening. And I like what Apple said, you know, in the middle of crisis, in the middle of this pandemic, lies an opportunity. The only way for you to be able to see that opportunity in life, the only way for you to see that new business, that business that you're going to start, is you have to step back and see that actual real picture, the whole picture itself. So in the middle of that crisis, in the middle of this pandemic, lies an opportunity. But the only way for you to be able to see that opportunity is you have to step back. You have to take action, ladies and gentlemen. You have to step back and actually see the big picture.
Okay, thank you so much. Bert?
Well, to me, the big picture is focusing on your vision. The Bible says, without vision, people perish, right? If you know what your vision is, if you know the end goal, there's this saying that says, begin with the end in mind, right? So once you see the life that you want, the ending that you want, you can now backpedal and see how you can get there step by step. So know what you want, start there, and then Once you see what you want, figure out how you're going to get there. Okay. And for some reason, your mind starts working on how do you find these steps to get to where you want to be. That is the big picture.
Okay, so one last time, I'm going to play the opening billboard of the show that you will be seeing every time they are streaming live from Tennessee and Texas. So again, ladies and gentlemen, iBusiness on TNC will premiere next week, Tuesday, Wednesday here in the Philippines. All right, Mike, Bert, please do invite them to watch the show.
Go ahead, Mike.
All right. Well, we would like and we would love for you to come and watch our show. It's every Tuesdays and Thursdays. Here in the States, it's what time is it again, Bert? 8:30 Central
8:30,
Standard
yeah.
Time. There you go. 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time and 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, there in the Philippines, it's gonna be in the
9:30 in the
morning
morning.
at 9:30 in the morning. So our goal is obviously to teach you, to push you to your next level and bring out the best in you, because the more Filipinos that succeed, the better our lives will be. So again, thank you very much. Come and join, watch us in every Tuesday and Thursday with me and with Bert. And Bert, go ahead and take over.
Please don't forget to share this in your social media platforms, Facebook, post it in YouTube, Instagram. If you know of any influencer or any possible good interview for our show, a business leader, please let us know. Let Lloyd know at the TNC Facebook page, and we will consider possible guests in our show. So we have 18 episodes, right, Mike? So we're gonna start the first episode this coming Tuesday. Don't miss it. We'll see you at the iBusiness show.
All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for gracing our program, The Big Picture. And for sure, everybody got a lot of inspiration from you and your story. And they will be learning more about you and what you do, and the story of the guests that you're going to bring in, of course, twice a week starting next week. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lloyd.
Thanks, Lloyd.
All right, Dr. Mike Chua from Tennessee and Bert De Vera, PT from Texas, will be starting their new show, iBusiness, on the new channel starting Tuesday next week. So ayan ha, wag na wag po kayong mawawala. Tuesday, abangan nyo po dahil stateside yung ating show starting next week. That's all the time that we have for tonight. Thank you so much, Puzzlebox BPO Inc., our presenter. Our sponsors, Unisol, Luluran, Telepreneur, Step Back, Creative Voices, and PAPS. Until tomorrow night. Good night, everyone. This is Lloyd Luna, The Big Picture on the new channel. Bye-bye.